So, as we go into what marks our first weekend in lockdown, the Prime Minister has warned she doesn't want to see crowded Bondi Beach scenes like she saw in Australia last weekend. So, what can we do? Let's go live to our reporter Katie Doyle, who is at a normally bustling Mission Bay beach. Katie, if I wanted to visit Mission Bay for a walk or dip in the sea and a picnic, can I?
Well, yes, you're in luck, provided you can walk to Mission Bay from where you are self-isolating. Now, if you can't, if you have to drive to Mission Bay, unfortunately, you're going to have to find something else to do.
So what about kicking a ball around at my local park if I've got the people who are in my bubble with me at the park? Could I do that, and how long could I do it for?
No, unfortunately, that's a no-go. Keep it in your home or keep it in the backyard.
Okay, so no park visit for football then. What about if I were to jump in my car and drive to a forest track where I was hoping to go for a hike? Is it okay if there is nobody else around?
Again, that is a no. There is no hiking, there's no tramping, there's no hunting. If you get lost in the forest and Land Search and Rescue have to find you or police have to find you, you have burst the bubble of an essential worker. And at this time, that's just not acceptable.
So what about surfing?
No, that's another no. Kayaking, boating, again, if Coast Guard have to come out and find you because you've got yourself into trouble, you've burst the bubble of an essential worker. And again, not acceptable.
What about gardening then?
Yes, if you are an avid gardener, you can get out in your garden, provided it's your own. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to make a trip to Palmer's or Plant Barn to pick up a few extra items. So get creative with what you've got and get out into your back garden.
So how are people responding to the lockdown so far?
So I spoke to police today. They say we're doing okay, but we could be doing better. Now, they said that between 11 p.m. last night and 8 a.m. this morning, police received 396 call-outs in relation to COVID-19. Now, 279 of those were from people reporting others not following self-isolation guidelines. Now, I also spoke to Susie Wiles, and she said it's just not acceptable. The more people try and break the rules, bend the rules, the longer we are going to have to stay in this lockdown, in this isolation. Now, she also said New Zealand is incredibly lucky with where we are at the moment, and we only need to look overseas to places like Spain and Italy to see what will happen if people don't follow the isolation rules, and that is stay at home, stay in your bubble.
Thanks, Katie. That is Katie Doyle at a very deserted Mission Bay beach there